Hello, my name is Nailah Shabirah. I'm from School of Business and Management ITB, and here I would like to present about my research regarding evaluation of Ringkai's new product development by implementing stage gate innovation process. And here in this research, I also get help from Ibu Sudrajati Ratnanintias as my advisor and also my second author. So this is the table of contents. So the first one I will run through about the introduction, and then continue it by literature review, and then methodology, followed by business issue exploration, business solution, and then conclusion. Okay, so people do not buy technology, they buy products and services that offer specific benefits and solve specific problems, as cited by Wayne and Mahajan. Acknowledging those notions, our team builds a product that aims to solve two heartbreaking problems. The first problem is that globally, 1/3 of all food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted during between producers and the fork. And then this is also equivalent about 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted every year. But on the other hand, we also saw that around 45% of deaths among children under 5 years of age are linked to undernutrition. So by knowing about these two heartbreaking problems, the idea of Ringkai was born. We produce dried food made from imperfect farm produce, and then we process it using electrical dehydrator machine that can keep inside the nutrients while extending the life of food and vegetables up to 9 months. So, but when we're developing this product, we face some problems. Okay, so the first problems is started in Ringkai's production, where our COO reported that the processing takes longer than in the prior study. So we targeted that it will be finished in only 3 to 5 hours, but the reality is not. It can take like much longer, up to 10 or even 12 hours to get a final product. And then the texture is not dry as it's supposed to be. The looks were also dark, so the appearance will not be liked by our customers. So in short, there are some things that didn't meet our expectation. We actually did internal testing first, and then after like 4 of us from the internal team tasted, yeah, there is some variants that cannot be eaten and even marketed. So we iterated a user test again to a total of 35 people in the prior research and found out that there must be an improvement in the appearance, texture, and taste. And this became our fundamental challenge because the market launch got delayed. It also held back other division work, and our existing capital is running out. So the problem statement is Ringkai has to develop a product that meets customer expectation and needs while in accordance with the internal product analysis to reach the next stage. So the research objective is that we want to evaluate and assess the current product development process and then build a better solution so that we can go on to the next stage in the NPD process. And then for the research objective, we also want to get the root of the problem. So through this research, we going to see what is the root of the problem that hinders us to get into the next stage. And then we also want to propose what is the solution towards that. So move on to the next session is literature review, which in this chapter, I will explain about what are the literature that back this research. So the first one is the 6M in management. So the elements that make up the management are known as 6M: man, money, machines, methods, materials, and markets. And then operational management, financial management, marketing, human resource are all subfields within the broader discipline of management. And each component of management evolves into this. So the 6M will be used to analyze the root cause using a fishbone analysis as the category of the component in fishbone. And then here, me as researcher want to see the product development problems that come from all elements in the site. So it is important to find out what is the root cause of the problem. And then the next part is customer insight. So understanding how customers' minds operate and then why they think, why they behave that way is a continual challenge facing us. And then developing a food product is also relies deeply on the insight of customers, as cited from Price and Wrigley. And then here, we will conduct alpha beta testing that is done on an application or a product of the development. So we're going to send some of our products that has been generated until today to the customer and then going to test it through alpha and beta testing. to collect customer data, and then we will process it by interviewing them again, and then to get to know in depth of their opinion, their insights. So here we also know what should be improved in our product. And then the last literature that back this research is also new product development evaluation gate or stage gate testing. So NPD, we call it NPD, process is based on a series of development stages that are interpolated through a series of evaluation stage. So this evaluation phases, we better understood as gates. So not only stages, but we also have to go past through the gates. And then this evaluation gates has become the determining point of a successful product development process. So it's a determining factor in this research for the success and the outcome of the research. And then we will apply it on the business solution to spot on whether this Ringkai product can be go on to the next stage. Can it be reached to the market launch stage or not? And then for the third chapter is the methodology. So the first is about data collection. We will collect both primary and secondary data. That for the primary data, we will search for doing in-depth interview with our operation team, which is only our CEO, Keanu Bagus. We want to map out and to know in-depth about the problem in the production process. And then another primary data, we also want to collect user testing, like alpha, beta testing that I've said before, that we will put it in the customer insights, and then we will use qualitative analysis, which we target around 5 people, which we target like around 5 people with 4 main indicators that we want to show. Its taste, texture, appearance, and packaging. And then for the data analysis, we use narrative analysis and also coding techniques to process the qualitative data. And then after doing the research, so these are the output of our analysis. The first one is the company analysis, which we can see that Ringkai is still in the idea stage with the concept that has been completed. So we are currently doing a pilot test until reaching the rollout phase or launch to the market. And then we are facing problems in the current situation that the final product still doesn't meet the customer expectations. So we also can see, but from a financial perspective, we are supported by grants and also bootstrapping for the members. And this drives the urgency to immediately launch Ringkai because our company's finances is running out. And then from the consumer insights, we conducted interviews with 5 consumers who had participated in our previous user testing, and then we're giving them another product that have been improved for the previous user test, and then see which are the things that we have to improve. And these are the map out that we already find using the coding techniques. So here we found 9 points that become the main concern of the consumers, which is divided into 6 categories that I've already put before. So it was divided into like appearance, taste, texture, packaging, overall, and new insights. So these results will be used in the solution stage in the product development section, so that Ringkai operation team can consider consumer insights to proceed to the next stage. And then it's about fishbone analysis. So based on the result of interviews to our COO, we processed the data using narrative analysis, then turned the insights into fishbone analysis. So the results, we found that the cost of Ringkai's product couldn't be launched to the market was due to lack of research conducted before purchasing materials, machines, and also tools that is leading to there is no guidelines or specification and regulations when producing Ringkai. So like the producer cannot find like which best tools that should be used to make sure that the final product is fit with our expectation. And it all because it's due to lack of research. And then another reason is also we have limited capital that limit us to buying goods and materials and machines that will be good, that will be on the budget. So because of the limited capital, we buy the goods, materials, and machines that only fit with the budget. So it is not commensurate with the quality that we got. And then the manufacturer is also important because in our team, the internal Ringkai doesn't have anyone with a background in the food industry. So there is no mentor or leader to provide a better direction. Okay. And then after we know about the root cause, and then we also know about what consumer insights that they want improvements. And then here, the researcher proposed the business solution. So the first business solution will be divided into 3 gates. So because we already conducted the previous gate successfully, then after doing the analysis, we will start again from the business analysis evaluation gate, where here we will do a more in-depth research so that about the machine specification, materials, which are the best specification of things that will be good and best to produce the Ringkai and give the best final product outcome. So, and then the indicator is that we want to develop the regulations and specifications that is written in the document, so that with going on through the producing process, we will go back into that and take that as our SOP. So the outcome of the final product will be the same and will be as what we expect it to be. Okay. So next, it's moving on to the next stage. So after we finish the business analysis evaluation unit and all the activities there, then the researcher proposed to Ringkai to conduct activities on the next stages, which is product development, which is we will do the producing process. But the activities will be divided into different dimension that they have to improve. So started from the taste and appearance. So in the product development stage, they have to be selective in the selecting of the fruit by prioritizing about the taste and color. So if the taste of the real fruit is sweet, then they have to choose like the sweet one instead of the less sweet. And then the color as well, it's become the customer concern. And then the texture, in the development stages, Ringkai operation team have to work on getting a right texture. And then for the packaging, there are some concern to make it more safe and then more hygienic. And then the overall, so the thing that is missing in the reset user test is that there are no additional value in the campaign and packaging. So related about Ringkai's process from produce waste, they don't know about it because we don't put it in the packaging or in our campaign. And then it's also important to find a mentor who have experience in the food industry. Okay, and then for the business solution, they are also like moving on to the market testing stages, which is down below here. Here, the internal team will be conducting the user test again after passing through all the product development stages and doing all the activities. And then this will be a stages where we also find out whether Ringkai will be go on to the next stage, which is market launch or not. So they're doing the market testing, but we will not conduct it on 2 days because in this research, we only focus on the product development. And then for the market testing and the market analysis research will be conducted in another research. It's just the solution that we propose after you go on to product development stage, and then the activities that you have to do is that conduct user tests again. So the conclusion is the reason Ringkai has not fulfilled customer desires was due to lack of research conducted before purchasing materials, machines, and tools. And there are also no guidelines on specification or regulation when purchasing Ringkai, which fruit is good, which tools is the best tools that will produce the best results. So there are no guidelines specifications. And demand factor is also important, where our internal team doesn't have anyone with a background in the food industry. So we don't know how to operate about this business because we don't have any experience related to this. And then the recommendations that to tackle this issue, we are divided into going on the stages of NPD, and we already proposed next time activities that must be carried up to continue to the next stage. And then at the end, we'll proceed to the market testing stages to get another assessment from consumers. But that will be on another article. And then here, I also propose that after another assessment from consumers, the rating has reached number 4 in average in the interval of 1 to 5. It means that Ringkai products can be released to the market. So I think that's all from my side. Thank you very much and hope it helps.